Hey guys, what is up? I got a couple things I want to talk about in this video. Some of them are going to relate to sports, some of them are not. So, just be prepared for that. So, yesterday, I went to go see District 9, and I did kind of make the side comment in my last video that I might talk about that a little later, so why not? I did like it. I like it a lot. The CGI is amazing. The aliens, you probably could tell from the commercials at least a little bit, but the aliens look amazing. I mean, you can tell they're CGI, but that's only because of how freaky they look, and the way they interact with the humans, and just the way their bodies are designed looks amazing. Up until this point, I think that, Transformers and probably Transformers 2 have the best CGI I've ever seen. This has to be up there. I still think Transformers is the best CGI of any movie I've ever seen, just because of the way the CGI interacted with the environment, but this is really close, and I haven't seen Transformers 2 yet, and I don't really want to, but it did look amazing. I thought it was going to be an event piece. It's not. It's not about the event. It's about characters. There are primarily two characters of concern. I'm not going to spoil anything in here. I'm going to keep away from the spoilers, so I'm just going to say the movie is not about the events in District 9. They are about characters, which kind of surprised me, but it works. It works perfectly fine. We end up caring about these people. There are some good moments. Legitimately, we care. We're interested in these characters at least a little bit. We get to see some character growth, character development. The last half of the movie kind of turns into an action thing, because the first half was kind of a mockumentary, a drama, a little bit of action but not too much, a little bit of horror even, but the second half, a lot of action, a lot of shit blowing up, a lot of people shooting each other, and it looks good. The guns that the aliens use are a lot of fun, so it looks cool. And the way they advertised it, it worked, because this movie is a little different from most other movies like this. I mean, the second half of the movie, it's a little generic, yeah, sure, but the first half, the way they approached aliens, the way they had us interacting with them was something you don't see very often, if at all. So I liked the viral marketing. I liked the way they did this, and it's getting very positive reviews. I give it a positive review. My dad thought it was just okay, but I really did enjoy this one. Go check it out, guys. I do want to see Inglourious Basterds next. It looks funny. It looks like it could be good, and I heard it was good, so I'm probably going to check that one out too. Last night, I actually saw the last 4/5 of The Love Guru, which is a totally different story, but I kind of want to talk about this one because I actually went on a Twitter binge last night. I'm actually really enjoying Twitter. It's really kind of caught on to me. I get it now. Before, I didn't really get it. I was looking at Twitter, thinking about it, and I'm like, well, this is just pointless and stupid, but after a while, I kind of got it, but it took me a few more months for me to actually get one, and there you go. I kept twittering throughout the movie about things that sucked, which was most of it, and my funny moment counter ended at 3, so that's, 90-minute movie, actually a little less than that, 3 funny moments, and, I would give like a quarter of a funny moment to one scene that I thought was passable. I gave half a funny moment point to scenes that were pretty good, but I didn't think they deserved the whole point, and I came out with 3. So it's kind of disappointing. I don't even like Mike Myers. I mean, I like the first Austin Powers, but I think it is probably a little overrated, and I don't really like the other two, although I haven't seen too much of The Spy Who Shagged Me. I hate Shrek, actually. I don't like Shrek at all. I never got the whole Shrek thing. I have not seen Wayne's World, but for a few minutes. But I don't really like Mike Myers, but this is still, shocking to me that he could make something like this. So, I don't know. I wanted to see it because I heard it was one of the worst movies of the decade. So I felt like, well, if it's this bad, I kind of want to see and, try and understand how this thing happened. And I don't know how it happened. I mean, how unfunny it is during most of the movie is really jarring. So, for those of you Mike Myers fans, it's going to be really disappointing. To me, it's just a little surprising. In the future, if I watch movies and stuff, and you guys can ask me, if you want me to watch a movie, I can probably check it out. you know how the internet works. And I can Twitter throughout it. It's kind of a fun thing to do, just comments as they come to me as I'm watching the movie. It's a good way to get your opinion of something out there without having to make a video, because there are a lot of little things that I see throughout my days that I'd like to make a video about, but I don't think there's enough there to make a video. That's kind of what Twitter is for. So the last 2 preseason games I'm not going to make videos for. I'm going to maybe tweet about them, but I'm not going to actually make videos about them, and we're going to see if I can get everything I want to get out there with Twitter. Again, it's the 777 Joker 777. You can follow me if you want to, but that's where you can go. What else? Speaking of football, we got our game tonight, and I think it's going to be interesting. I'm going to try and watch. I'm going to try and make time to watch it, because this Jets quarterback battle is going to be interesting. You got Mark Sanchez, who I don't like, but he looked good last week. The Jets, they also got, I think they still are looking at Kellen Clemens. I don't know what's going to happen with him, but I hate Kellen Clemens. I think he's awful. They might still have Eric Ainge. I don't know what they're going to do with Ratliff. Brett Ratliff, I think his name is. So I think there's some good stuff to check out there, because that quarterback battle, the Jets are not that bad of a team. They have some potential there. They could be decent. So if they dig the right quarterback out of there and start him, it's going to be good. It can work. So I'm going to check that out, see how Mark Sanchez does, namely because, again, he looked good last week, but he only threw 4 passes. And the Ravens, they don't really have the quarterback controversy, but I'm still interested to see how they do without Rex Ryan. Last week, obviously, they looked great, but it's just the preseason, but it is what it is. There's really not much you can take from these preseason games, but it's still worth... What else are you going to talk about right now, right? I was looking at the injury report this morning for our team, Seattle, and I saw nobody on it. I don't know if that's accurate or not, because you know how injury reports, or sometimes they just don't bother to put them up, but I was under the impression that Chris Spencer had hurt his hamstring or something when we had another offensive line. Oh, Walter Jones, but he's not listed either, so I don't know what's going on there, but if those guys are healthy, that's great, because I don't want Sean Locklear starting left tackle. I want him at right tackle, so I'm hoping Walter Jones is okay. I'm hoping that means that he's healed up and he's ready to go whenever. I don't need to see him in the preseason. I don't think he needs to play in the preseason. If he doesn't feel up to it, I'm totally behind him sitting out. And, the Chris Spencer thing, he may not be a great player. I'm kind of down on him right now, and he does get hurt a lot, but he is capable. He's done some good things in the past. He's not horrible or anything. I think Steve Vallos is actually giving him a little bit of a run for his money, but hope he's fine, because I know he got hurt in the Denver game at least a little bit, but it didn't look too bad. I know Burleson didn't play because he was hurt, but I think it was a minor thing. I know Trufant hasn't played in the preseason yet. I don't really know what's up with him. I'm a little worried about Trufant, because it seems like we don't know when he's going to come back. I'm a little concerned about him not getting back in time for the season, but not too much. But I haven't heard too much about him lately, so I'm hoping things are coming along all right. What else? Deion Branch said he felt fine, but what else is he going to say? The rookie, Aaron Curry. He didn't play in the preseason game last night. Some kind of minor injury, so not too worried about that. So I think we'll be ready to go in the season, when the season starts. Hopefully we can avoid anything major, but that Denver game had me worried, because Matt was getting hit over and over. It was bad. I was worried he might end up getting hurt. There was one time where I thought maybe he did, but he was fine. So that's the one thing that's going to worry me in these last 2 games against Kansas City and Oakland. That's really all I'm going to say for now. I just want to talk about those movies, Twitter, and the game tonight. And, of course, our injury situation, which actually looks like it might be passable for now. So, I'm going to see you guys later. Check me out on Twitter. I'll be making a lot more Twitter posts than videos, probably, just because of the nature of it. So, See you guys later. I'm gonna check out the game tonight. Gonna be good. See ya.